What is up, bros and broettes? I'm Inkslasher, and today we're going to be talking about Call of Duty World War II, specifically 10 things that are changing in Call of Duty World War II. And what I mean by this is Sledgehammer Games is making this game, and as we know, Sledgehammer is not afraid to switch things up. If you remember, Sledgehammer Games was the very first studio to not only put in exosuits, but also supply drops and many other things. Today we're going to be looking at 10 things that we know for sure are changing from Black Ops 3 or Infinite Warfare going into Call of Duty World War II. Now, I wasn't quite fortunate enough to go down to E3 and actually get some gameplay for you guys, but what I do have is a lot of images showing you guys exactly what is changing, and I think you guys will be very interested by this one. Now, the first thing that of course is changing is the Create a Class system and the divisions that are replacing it, and I made a whole video dedicated to that yesterday, and I'll leave a link on screen here in the form of a card if you guys want to go check that out. But basically it explains how the whole division system works, and that is definitely one major thing that is changing in Call of Duty World War II. But we've already talked about that, so we'll leave that one out of the list. Now, let's start off the list. So the first thing that has changed, and it is probably the most highly debated whether it's good or not, and that is that there is no longer a game-winning kill cam. They have now replaced this with the play of the game. So what we're used to seeing at the end of a Call of Duty game is a game-winning kill cam, and basically what that is the last 5 to 10 seconds of the game of the person who got the last kill of that game. But what this is getting replaced by is the play of the game. If you look up in the top left-hand corner, what you can see is Bronze Star awarded for heroic service. And basically, whoever gets the best play of the game as deemed by the game will now be played at the end of the game. I personally think this is a good thing. If you guys don't already know, this is exactly what's in Overwatch, literally blatantly stolen from them. But the thing with this is it all depends on how good the algorithm for figuring out what the play of the game actually is. Is it going to be the most kills the fastest? Is it going to be always sniper kills? What's it going to be? And I think they should kind of let us know what that is, because it's kind of like a hidden secret in Overwatch, but I'd be interested to know what that is. And on top of that, just a little theory I have, I'm wondering if you can get something other than a Bronze Star at the end of the game, because if you watch most of the game-winning, or sorry, play of the games that people have uploaded to YouTube, most of them are pretty tame. They're 2 sniper kills or something like that. So I'm wondering if you can get a Silver Star or a Gold Star or maybe even a Purple Heart, and then that getting those actually allows you to unlock something in game. I think that would be a really cool addition to the game, but really only time will tell if that's a thing that's going to happen. The next thing being added to Call of Duty World War II is Gore. Now, I know that there has been Gore in Call of Duty before, specifically in Call of Duty World at War and Call of Duty Black Ops 3, but not to the extent that there is in this game. If you watch just the trailer for Call of Duty World War II, you'll see a guy shove a freaking shovel through the back of someone's head. You'll see people laying on the ground with limbs blowing off. It's really insane the extent that they've brought the Gore to on this game, and I definitely think that that's another good thing. Now, the next thing we're going to look at is activatable attachments, aka division skills. So division skills in this game basically give you an activatable attachment. The main one you've probably seen is the bayonet charge. So by holding R3 when playing as the infantry division, you can charge at someone with your bayonet and stab them. Similarly, the other ones are like this. So the airborne division has the removable suppressor, so you can decide whether to put it on or take it off. The armored division has the bipod, which you can set up your LMG with a bipod pretty much anywhere on a map. The mountain division has iron lungs, which essentially allows you to hold your breath longer with sniper rifles and makes it so it kind of zooms in more, which we'll look at in a second. And finally, the expeditionary, which has dragon breath rounds, which can be loaded into shotguns and basically set fire to your target. And once again, you can choose whether or not to use those on the fly. Next, we've got sniping. So sniping is done very differently in this game. So the past 2 Call of Duty games have also had different sniping. So in Black Ops 3, there has been no aim assist on sniping. In Infinite Warfare, there's a pretty strong aim assist on sniping. Now, in Call of Duty World War II, we have a combination of both of those. So basically in Call of Duty World War II, when you originally aim down sights, you can see the entire area around your scope. So you can see people when they're in your peripherals, in your field of view. But then when you go ahead and hold breath, everything goes black, and that's when you get aim assist. It's a really cool way of doing sniping, and I think it's going to work really well. Basically, When you aren't holding your breath, you have less or little aim assist. As soon as you hold your breath, you have more aim assist. It kind of eliminates the kind of aiming down sights. Aim assist snaps onto the enemy's head and kills them. It's going to make people who are really skilled at sniping really good at sniping, and people who aren't so good at sniping not so good at sniping. I think it's going to work very, very well. This next thing is super simple, and it's the minimap. If you look up in the top left-hand corner, you can see a circular minimap. I don't even remember the last time Call of Duty had a circular minimap. Pretty much every game since Call of Duty 4 at least has had a square or rectangular minimap. But not only that, when you actually go to call in a kill streak, that you can pick a spot on the map, which compared to other Call of Duty games where you pull out a laptop or have some holographic projection, I think this is really cool to have since you're back in World War II. The next thing I haven't seen any gameplay of, but during the Making of Call of Duty live stream, Michael Condrey said that there is no sliding, but there is the Dolphin Dive. And personally, I haven't seen any gameplay, so I can't confirm this 100%, but the fact that he said that, the Dolphin Dive is coming back. The next thing I wanted to point out, and I don't have too much in-depth information about this yet, but we definitely will come to beta, is the new game mode called War. Now, War, as difficult as people are making it sound, basically what War is a multi-objective game mode. In other words, you have an objective in a specific area. Once you complete that objective, it unlocks the next area where you'll have a new objective. We've seen things like this before in Battlefield 1. It's basically a direct copy of that, but there's also other elements of a game like Overwatch when you play with a payload and have to push the payload through the map. So there's very similar objectives to other games, and I think it's going to be a nice breath of fresh air in the Call of Duty community. Thing number 8, it's a small thing, but a thing that I think is really cool is this search and destroy bomb. Now this was actually in the multiplayer reveal, but I thought I would show it to you guys because it just looks so cool. Basically the bomb looks like a bunch of sticks of dynamite all put together, and the reason why I know this is the search and destroy bomb is because you can see the cache behind where he's actually planting the bomb. It kind of looks like a bunch of ammo and weapons and that kind of thing, the place where you normally plant a bomb in a game of search and destroy. I just like this because it's such a different look for a search and destroy bomb. It's not a briefcase or anything like that, and I can't wait to get my hands on it and play some search and destroy. Also, on top of that, I'm willing to bet that this bomb will also be used for some objectives in the war game mode as well as any other game mode that uses a bomb. This next thing is another really small thing, but it has to do with the HUD. So normally when you get a kill in any Call of Duty game multiplayer, the score pops up right in the middle of the screen, or at least right above the weapon. However, when you're playing Call of Duty World War II, it does not. It pops up down to the left of your weapon, nowhere near the middle of the screen. And this is kind of an odd thing, and I'm wondering if they're going to stick with this once the full release of the game comes out. And the final thing I wanted to point out is Headquarters. Now, Headquarters was available at E3, but no one was allowed to record gameplay of it. And last night in my live stream, and by the way, I'm going to be streaming again tonight at 9 p.m. Eastern Standard Time if anyone wants to come hang out over on Twitch. That link is down in the description. But Headquarters, we actually have a lot more information on it than a lot of people think. And the reason why I say that is because during the Making of Call of Duty live stream, they actually gave us a pretty big description of what Headquarters actually is. And here's what they said.
Okay, let's talk about Headquarters.
Now we're taking you into a space. This is off the front lines experience where you can compete, be social, show off, and engage in new ways. It's really special.
So what are the interactions you can have in Headquarters?
So you can do a ton of things. You can commend other players, which is just, hey, you're doing a great job. Yeah. There's shootouts that you can challenge other players to.
Shootouts?
There's a
like, can you duel?
You can duel in a 1v1 pit.
Oh,
There's actually,
wow.
you can go and queue up for a 1v1 pit, and you can sit in there and see how long you can survive in there.
Yeah.
So overall, it seems like there's a lot of aspects to this Headquarters that we still haven't seen, including a dual pit, which sounds absolutely awesome. But if you'd like to see a video where I just talk about Headquarters, look really in-depth to that, just let me know down in the comments and leave a like rating. The more likes this video gets, I'll know that you'll want to see that. So if you want to see that, hit that like button. But that's pretty much all I have to say. Those are 10 things that are going to be changing come Call of Duty World War II, and I'm really excited about it. Feel free to let me know down in the comments which one of these things you're looking forward to, which ones you think suck. Feel free to let me know down in the comments, and like I said, if you enjoyed the video, it'd be fantastic if you could hit that like button. But guys, I hope you enjoyed the video. Thank you so much for watching, and until next time, peace out.